Next to the stage, we have probably one of the most forward-thinking people in furniture retail that I've talked to in a long time. We have Jason Franklin. We're inviting him to the stage alongside Sarah Moore, Logicbroker's VP of Sales. Give it up for those guys.
All right. Well, before we get started, I told Ken, so we're another Ken reference, that I would make this spicy. So where's Dr. Sherlock? Did she leave? She's still here. Dr. Sherlock, I'm wondering, can you prescribe steroids for product data for everybody in here? All right, Jason, thanks for coming today.
Thank you.
So I think everyone in here would agree AI adoption is moving very fast, but a lot of organizations are really further behind than they might think. Deploying tools is the easy part. The harder question is really about the data, the governance, the people. So it really becomes a question is your organization really ready to lead the change and not just react to it, right? We've heard this terminology today around AI readiness. This term you've probably heard before. Yeah?
Yes, I have.
So when you hear that phrase, what do you think that means to retailers?
So for us in particular, and I think it would probably mean this for most retailers, is AI readiness. It's not AI strategy. It means an operating foundation that's strong enough for AI to make trusted recommendations, product data, inventory, identity, governance, security, compliance, and integration. And I have a pretty cool tagline that I wish you would have put in there. But if your data layer is broken, your AI strategy is theater. And probably from our previous people that came up here, I think that probably resonates with them. Theater for who? Theater for your owners, your PE, your boards, like whoever. That's kind of the way that I feel about it.
Yeah, that's great. So why is it more urgent now, especially around agentic commerce? How do you think about that?
So AI agents, they won't tolerate messy data. Product data, vague delivery promises. If product price availability and fulfillment data, machine readability, agents may skip you entirely. When your customer's AI agent goes to pick a product, does it pick you? Does it skip you? Does it move on to the next one? AI agentic discovery is what's driving us. Agentic purchasing, very important, small ticket items. We're but humble small furniture retailer, right? And we're selling big ticket items, and our business model is built around low returns. That's a relationship with humans, not AI. We use all of our AI training data, both online and in the store. If you're a customer service and you're chatting with our customer service chatbot, going back to Salesforce, et cetera, you're chatting with our product. You're chatting with our HR generalist, right? Our company values are in there. They're part of the training data. Any question that you ask is saved. And somebody brought up in here memory context, memory and context, right? We're using the memory from our chat data not to spy on people or figure out how to retarget them. It's not coming from a marketing aspect. It's just if you're online and you're in, I think somebody was talking about search bars. Our search bar is an AI agent, right? It has our product feeds, our product data. Enterprise search kind of isn't really a thing anymore. And all that data you can turn around and build small language models on. I could talk forever, Sarah will get mad at me. On that, you pull the small language models into your RAG pipeline, and then you're ahead of the tokenization economy. Yep. Because the big guys, the next big play is going to be the first hit's free or very inexpensive, and then you're going to be paying for tokens over and over and over again.
Makes a lot of sense.
So
what would you say are the biggest gaps around readiness today in retail?
Product data, inventory, trust, fragmented customer identity, missing governance, audit trails, lack of integration to all of your service systems. And that's kind of what hole that Logicbroker, I'm hoping, can plug for us. You have all this data out in your ERP, your system of record, your OMS, your TMS, your WMS, any other three-letter acronym that you want to come up with. And that data, that product data, needs to be clean, governed, secure, and in the governance layer, it needs to be updated all the time. So that if you need to respond to any question, not to replace your salespeople, but to make them unstoppable, if they're in our chat tool and they're in our store and they're connected with a customer, they have any question, like they're fairly new there, they're like 6 months old, they ask our chatbot, which isn't really a chatbot, it's built into our, into our system. They're going to get expert advice trained over, I don't even know how many parameters we have in there now. The question and answer, they're going to be an expert, and their sales training to connect with the customer is going to allow them to fake that and become the real expert, which is the human connection. We run omnicommerce. There should be no difference between our e-commerce presence, our in-store presence, same experience. It knows where you're at. And, people brought up, search is dead, SEO, EO, or whatever. No, it's not. You need to have all of it.
Yeah, you definitely
Starting
do.
with the data layer.
Yeah, I've heard a couple people say the data is important, right? The structured data is important. I think that's a common theme. I would argue, people have said, data is the new currency, structured data is the new currency. I would say trust is really the new currency in AI and agentic commerce, right? So what does trustworthy to machines actually mean in practical terms?
So your business and your AI strategy, it needs to be able to describe in a trusted fashion your products, your inventory, your pricing, your promises, your policies, your customer experience in a way that machines can reliably understand. And we've talked a lot about PDPs and catalog feeds and stuff like that. What I think a lot of people are missing is the trust layer with the machine so they can understand who you are. Like Southwest Airlines probably could have got a way big jump on their recent thing if they would have remembered who they were.
They should just take a playbook out of Spirit Airlines.
I'm just saying, I love Southwest, but it's like you have to gain trust with the machines and the data. We can talk all day long about specification attributes and whatnot being clean. You've already pre-ran them through, your data science layer and done all the machine learning on it and everything. But if you're chatting, with like a product chat and you ask it something without guardrails, something like, can I trust that American Furniture Warehouse is going to stand behind their warranty? Can I trust that their Platinum Furniture delivery service is really going to show up on time? It needs your chat, your AI needs to know who you are as a company. Anything else is theater.
I think that's going to be your motto today. Anything else is theater.
I got that from somebody else, but yeah,
right.
we can go with that.
All right. I've had a lot of conversation with you, and as Steve introduced you, I really think you've been very intentional around your AI strategy, very forward-thinking. And I think something that's very near and dear to your heart is really around governance and orchestration, right? How should retailers think about those two things?
So you need to know which models to use. LLMs, they're a big world. What data can they access? What were they geared for? Who fine-tuned them? You could talk about like a Perplexity with their retail-oriented, models. There's Dolphin. There's all different kinds of LLMs. But what actions can they take? What gets logged? How's privacy, security, compliance enforced? Adopt the orchestration layer. When it focuses on internal teams and differential use cases, you'll come out ahead. Trying to speed along, sorry.
No, you don't need to speed along. You're good. You're good. What do you think a retailer should do in their first 90 days if they want to become AI ready? What are some recommendations you'd give?
So I wrote up a big thing on this, and if we were giving a 90-day plan, days 1 through 30, if you really want to accelerate your way in, you need to diagnose everything. Look at, what was the reference? Somebody said pond. Mine's a bog. Swamp. Mine's a swamp. So, I would think a pond would be too clean unless it was middle of summer in Georgia, like whichever. My house is pretty dirty. So you need to diagnose. Everybody's is, if we're being honest. The first 30 days, you got to diagnose it. 31 to 60 days, stabilize. Figure out what your biggest foundational gaps are. Is it collecting the data? Is it where it's stored? Is it the refresh interval? You can have people write books on, getting the stabilization and figuring out what your biggest foundational gap is. And then 60 to 90 days, pick one, activate it. Needs to be super high value, production use case. And this is the key that I left off. in my notes, it needs to be a business case that produces customer value. I mean, like if you can ignore your shareholder value and money, like the dollar signals, pick something in AI, your first one that's big and it's going to transform the customer experience. So they want to come back to you.
Love that. Love that. So everyone's talking about AI. So how do you separate real AI transformation from just AI hype?
So first key, and I actually did learn this out of MIT coincidentally, did it reach production, right? Like that's the 5% that's missing. Did people use it? Like it's in production. Is anybody using it? Is anybody using that feature? Who cares if it doesn't? Did it move a business metric? If not, is it learning? Like I mentioned, small language models, RAG tool chains. Is it learning from its mistakes? Is it saving that data? Can you get better? Is it actually going to produce different results that do provide business value the next time that it uses? It needs to be transforming your company again, otherwise it's theater. Your PE asks you, what are you doing with AI? Man, I got these cool AI technology roadmaps and I'm a CTO, I can go on all day about that stuff, right? Where did it produce value at?
So where do you see platforms like Logicbroker and there's others, where do they play into the readiness conversation in your mind?
So people have been up on this stage all day saying exactly what I'm going to say. Agentic commerce depends on structured, reliable movement of product, inventory, order fulfillment, supplier, promise data. Companies like Logicbroker, they're going to help make operational truth machine readable so that what's important the most to me, because I'm up here on stage this time, I want to be discoverable. I want to have, I don't know, an at-bat.
Yep. So you have to have the structured data to get the swing,
data.
right? Otherwise you don't get the at-bat.
I can't even think of a better analogy. I hear them all the time. It's like the whole ball of wax, or even more so than that, whatever that would be.
Yeah, I mean, Ash gave a great example earlier, right? She said she walked into this unnamed handbag store, right? Found this bag that she really liked. But even when she gave the LLMs all the prompts to try to find that handbag, she couldn't find it, right? The data wasn't structured in a way that even gave the at-bat to that retailer, whoever that unnamed retailer is that you'll have to share with me later.
I was in one of those oh shit moments in my CEO's office not long ago when our fancy AI chat with the product came up and she wanted me to explain to her why it couldn't find a brown leather sofa. Yeah, pretty big, right? Mm-hmm. Sorry, Jackie, it wasn't trained on it.
So where do you think most retailers are actually over-investing today? Right? We've heard about a lot of experimentation and pilots, and people are saying like, hey, just go test. It doesn't have to be great. Don't wait for perfect to get started. But where are people maybe over-investing?
So I'm guilty of this also. Where everybody's overspending, I believe, it's on the shiny new AI experiences before the data's ready. And I even did this exact same thing, and I know better, right? You're trying to give your people what they want. You're trying to onboard and try these new experiences, and a lot of times they are just like shiny new rocks or whatever. My company's a little bit smaller than I think anybody that I've talked to here, and my owners don't have a tolerance for it, right? So we did start executing down a real AI strategy, but bad data plus AI amplifies the weakness exponentially. So some of these AI programs that I was asked for, my group and all of us, like we delivered on, they're just on a layer built up of, I have to keep it clean, of Jenga blocks. I was going to say shit, but and then we stack stuff on, we stack stuff on top of it, right? And so I'm in the phase at AFW where we are backing up and we're fixing the orchestration layers. We got them the shiny rocks. We've increased purchases, conversions, you name it, whatever metric. And now my company is like, they're like, okay, this seems to be working. Now, how come our logistics group can't keep trucks moving? How come people are buying stuff? We outsold what we were capable of producing because our data layer was wrong. It wasn't clean. There's a lot of manual steps, and in our AI journey so far, we're fixing it. We didn't decrease in certain groups, such as logistics, the dependency on humans. We greatly increased it. And I'd be more than happy to get into that later. Steve knows exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, sending EDIs, flat files, bad idea. But how do you get something across the finish line? You just gotta do it.
But the data foundation layer.
Data foundation.
I don't think you're the only one whose data foundation layer is broken, just for the record.
I thought that we were super cool. I thought I came up with like the perfect thing. And I'm just up here like a parrot. I hope nobody's impressed with any of this.
So if the audience remembers one thing, what should it be?
AI readiness, it's not a model decision. It's an operating discipline. Your AI strategy is only as good as the data your AI agents can trust. Not just discoverable, that they can trust it. That data is right. I know that I can get that chair in 2 weeks, 24 hours, like whatever. And it goes across the whole entire orchestration model. That's why Logicbroker and such companies at that layer are important. Stripe is important. Are they going to take my credit card charge? Will they trust it? It's the whole ball of wax.
So the biggest risk is not moving too slowly, right? It's really about moving too fast in the wrong direction without a foundation that can support it. Would you agree?
I absolutely 100% agree. Going too far in the wrong direction without a foundational data layer, you end up where I'm at right now. And I'm sorry, Jackie, I don't mean to be saying the quiet part out loud. You have to back up. And it's twice as hard to get that data layer right and implement the orchestration afterwards when you're already increased your sales by $7 million a month. So you still have to do that. You have to operate in a legacy model. And now you have to fix your data orchestration layer.
Great insights today. Thank you very much, Jason, for joining us here.
Thank you for inviting me. And I don't deserve to be up on this stage. So you guys are fantastic.
Okay.
I've learned so much.
All right, now I'm going to make a plug for this guy. He was the first guy I thought of bringing up on this stage. I have a lot of conversations with a lot of retailers, as you can imagine, right? And Jason was literally one of the first people I thought of bringing up on stage because he really has thought through this, right? He's very intentional in his strategy, and I'm super impressed. And Jason is actually up for CIO of the Year Award, the Orby Award.
The Orby Award.
So, come on now. Thank you very much.
Thank you.